All right, this is going to be posted probably a day late, dollar short. Acro is still open for another couple hours. You got 3 more hours, but this was requested to show Penta, and it's because a lot of people have gotten him. Uh, I don't know how long this video is going to be good for because of the fact that it is utilizing DK Cena, and it is one of those that Penta, outside of being able to carry a buff, is not going to continue being great for Titan once they do take away the Cena capability, which is every time we tag, we keep our buff, and it keeps stacking and stacking. So if they ever change that, if they ever find the glitch that doesn't break the game to correct that, this is not going to be as usable. However, in its current mode, this is how I have his strap set up. There may be better options out there. I'm not putting those type of plates on him because it's one of those that I like his standard build better for every other game mode. Um, we got his plate. We got the ball gag. Those two are giving us 250% every time we use a submission, and then another 50% every time we use a black move. Okay, I went Whaley Wonka on this. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Uh, Everything you can, right? Because it's one of those, he's going to do fine. Uh, I'm expecting him to do about 10 billion. We're not expecting him to break the game. You know, it's he's good, not that good kind of deal. Okay. John Cena will hit or survive the first hit. However, it's one of those that I'm going to heal him in the first turn. That way I can stack better towards the end. So just watch how I do that. Um, Hype 3 Cena, all types of health stuff, boosting him up. I'm going to try to fly through this just so that I could get it posted, hopefully with a little bit of time to where it might help somebody today and hopefully not useless by next week. All right, sub break, sub break. Turn 2, we're going to change things. Right now, we're just stacking that pentaplate and that ball gag. All right, tag in Cena. Now, this works because of both them having the hot tag link and Cena's being the -3. Okay, if you have any stars below, you want to do your best to break them. We don't. So we're just going to go ahead and swipe. He's going to get hit. The reason is those countdowns, we're going to read that real fast. Y'all watch when we tag in. The hot tag move for Penta is to fill the board with times 15s. Pretty dang strong. Now, when we do this, this will increase the strength of your multiplies by 1. If there's a star below, that's 1 less multiply or times 1 up. So I think this gets up to 29. You would be at 28 if there's a star below. Okay, we go ahead and blow that entire area up. We're at 218 billion, starting with our bigger hits. This should be about, I don't know, maybe 600 million. Maybe 800, a little bit closer to that. Okay, and then we just keep going, and it's going to keep stacking. Same concept all the way through. Star below, get rid of it. Oh shit, god dang it, don't stop. I just worry so much about getting that star. The joys of Cascade Plate. But all right, last round. Tag in. countdowns, hit, and then we're going to tag back, heal Cena, because we, like I said, we want the stack to just keep going, and I prefer later stacks than this one here, the maths. Okay. And you'll notice we're not doing anything huge, okay? But a lot of people have Penta. The way his cycles work, it just works out with DK Cena to where you're gonna hit. Our goal in these videos is more to show what's the word I'm looking for? More to show how to get your platinum box than it is to hit to the moon. Honestly, that is my goal, is for you to get your platinum box. And why? Because that's where your hype is. Everything else outside of that, we're gonna show later on once they start the leaderboard stuff. Right now, it doesn't matter. You do your own for doing that. All right, so we got 37 million. We should not have to heal again. Bring Penta back in. He's going to go ahead and create all of the multiplies. Same cycle. Nothing's changed. Oh, good. We almost got a flat amount up there of 216. 216 billion. Are we doing a billion yet? Should be. Right at. Okay? Right at. Man, that's a terrible spread. I guess. Let's go ahead and get some red love. Yeah. So we are at, I think we've done about maybe 3 billion worth in damage so far, and that gets you your platinum chest, right? For the rest of you, you're going to keep going because you may not have Sherry, you may not have Leo, you may not have gear, so you're having to start with MP. That felt like a lighter hit, yeah. It's 13 mil, no. I don't know. Sometimes with them, it just feels like you're missing a little bit. You're doing so. These are small multis, sure. Not in feud. In feud these be huge, but we're trying to hit billions. No stars. We got the buff, so we'll go ahead and hit the multiply of 11 for purple. Now is when we should start to see some bigger damage. $213. I'm hoping to see 2 billion here. A little bit over, okay? And normally I'd play woods here, but man, I've been so busy with work. We got a lot of projects going up within the next 2 weeks that I'm just gonna have to go ahead and call it after this one. Because I've literally tried to make this video 3-4 times, but I've had nothing but teams meetings. which is the case on busy weeks. That's okay. It's good to be busy. Busy is a good problem. Now, this time, we don't have our big multipliers, right? Because we didn't tag back in. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and throw these out. And hit. And then the second time through, saw how big of a difference that made, right? Second time through, it was a one turn. So you got to do the sub first. That's the thing I don't like with this. You have to do that sub first. And this is going to be our last big hit. Saw how small that was compared to the 15s. So we're going to go ahead. I know that I've hit enough to get my platinum, so I'm going to go ahead and just swipe out because you're talking about doing baby damage now. It does not pay to play. And I want to just show the damage itself, and then I'll get to uploading this to where hopefully y'all have it. I will also mention that I did try to do the power gem way. I just didn't find something that I thought would be good for the overall community there. It was an idea whenever Titan first came out, and then it seemed like somebody at Scopely watched Merrick's video and went ahead and nerfed that set by having him blow up the board, right? It always feels like every time something, hey, this hits this. Oh, shit, that changed real quick. 8 billion, okay? It's not bad. That's not bad at all for somebody that is accessible to the entire community. We doubled our ability to get the platinum chest and then did some more. So that tells me that if you don't have Leo, you don't have Sherry, that you could still do this. You throw in Armor King and you throw in what's his butt? Fuck, man. I've got terrible short-term memory when it comes to this. Priest. I don't remember his first name. Y'all know who he is. Times 2 multiplier plus black. Damian Priest. There it is. So you throw in Damian Priest and you got your, fix for that. Leo, that's a bit tougher. And I get that even the zombie is a little bit tougher. So let's go ahead and just throw on 2 more zombies. You want them maxed out for their 60%. But it takes plates. It takes things, right? And he's good. That's not a bad number. My woods does more, but it's one of those that I don't care. Well, I do care. How do I put that properly? Woods does more, but it's one of those that I know he may be slightly rarer than Penta for the time being. So, once you do get Woods, you upgrade, right? But for those of you that have Penta, use Penta. He can get the job done currently. Once they nuke or turn around and nerf DK Cena, that's when Penta drops, and we'll have to find something else that a majority of the community has, because the acro is a tough day. That is a tough I've still got to do tier 3. And just to show you, you got Muda, you got Woods, you've got Penta. But I'm also going to point this guy out there, Jacob. Jacob is beyond stupid when it comes to this, and I'm going to do a separate video of him in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and get Penta loaded, and that way you got something to reference.